What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? In this video, I will be doing Heidmarie review finally, and now we're gonna talk about what she does and how she works and stuff like that. Okay, she's a very interesting character, and her link mechanic actually doesn't work the way we thought it would, right? It's actually a way worse than what we thought it was gonna work as, but it is what it is. It kind of makes sense to kind of like balance the game, but it's very specific, right? Her linking mechanic is very specific, right? So let's go to Heidmarie and let's talk about what she does, right? I already went over her kit multiple times, but I'm just gonna do like a quick like summary of her kit. Okay, so she pretty much she creates this Effulgent Blaze, and when you use this Effulgent Blade, they activate and then you could do damage with them. Okay, she could summon multiple Effulgent Blade with cards like this. You could do it with some card like this. You could summon it with a different epiphany on her like kit. And yeah, when you use when you link them together and you use them, these cards they activate, right, the Effulgent Blade, and they do extra damage, right? And she also have a linking mechanic where she could link different cards or her own cards in order to use them to use all of them at once when she activates her attack cards. Okay, so but the way that her link mechanic works is this. What we didn't know is that her link mechanic only works with like cards that got Quietus effect on them or something like this, right? Where it says when this card is discarded, it does something, right? So if the card has something like this or a Quietus effect, you could activate it, right, when you link it. But otherwise, her link mechanic just serves as like a normal discard mechanic. Okay, so you're just gonna discard the card if the card you link it doesn't have the Quietus effect or effect like this where it says when the card is discarded it does this damage or it does this, it does that, right? So for example, the reason why her Effulgent Blade activate when she linked them together is because they do have the effect right here, right? So it says 122% damage, and when this card is discarded, okay, that's a keyword, right? It would do 122 extra attack to a random enemy. This card does not move to draw pile or shuffle, right? On shuffle, right? So this is why it activates, right? But if you use a card like this that doesn't have like a effect like this, so as you can see, for something like the sword rain right here, it doesn't have any Quietus effect on it, right? So if you use this thing, if you just link it and use your attack card, this thing is not going to activate, okay, because it doesn't have any effect that it activate when it's discarded or a Quietus tag on it, okay. But it does create this Effulgent Blade which you can activate, okay. So yeah, her link mechanic is not that good, okay, especially when it comes to like working with different characters, okay. And yeah, Diana is pretty much her best partner, okay. It's kind of unfortunate that they made her very specific to Diana when it comes to team comp, but I have a feeling the way they Smiley Gate do things is they create a problem and they create a solution on the next character, okay. So I think the next character, it might be Adelheid. I'm guessing Adelheid would be the character that would be her biggest support character, okay, because what's her name, Heidmarie, she need a character that actually applies Quietus to other cards or a discard effect when the card discarded effect on it, okay. So she need a character like that later like add like the Quietus effect to other cards. So when she links them together, they can activate, right? So I think Adelheid might be that character that we're gonna be waiting for. Since let's be honest, right? Adelheid design wise is not that nice. Okay, she doesn't look appealing. But if they want to make her broken, they're gonna give her something broken, so people would be kind of like willing to summon her, right? Even if they don't like her design. Okay, Adelheid, if you guys don't know, is the little kid. Okay, let me show you guys if I can find her here. Okay, so Adelheid is this chick right here, right? In the this little kid right here in the back right here. I think she's gonna be her biggest support character when she comes out. Okay, so I have a feeling that's what they're gonna be doing with her. But right now she doesn't have her linking mechanic is not that flexible. Okay, so just keep that in mind, okay. Of course, epiphany wise, she have a really good a lot of like different really good like epiphanies and stuff that you guys can get. I have but for memory fragment wise, this is what I'm still using on her. But of course, the new gear is probably the best one because so if let me see if I have a gear that like so this gear right here, this is a new gear, the Prelude to a Hero Idol. This gear is probably her best gear, okay. I end up getting this one. I haven't farmed the gear yet, but this is what you want on her, okay. But for now, I'm still using the one that lets me do increase crit damage to one cost cards, okay. But yeah, this is a build, and let's talk about her save data and stuff like that. Okay, so I have a couple of save data I kind of have on her. So the first save data I kind of was experimenting with is this right here, which is this card right here. Okay, the Sword Rain. This weapon is really good, right? Because it does have attunement effect. So what this does is when you do damage with when you draw this card, actually when you draw this card, the attunement activates and it will create 2 effulgent blades, and they're gonna be linked already, right, when they are created, which is freaking amazing because they are linked cards. Okay, and then yeah, you'll be able to get so many different like, you know, like so many like effulgent blades every time you draw this card. Okay, so when you draw it, it will create a effulgent blade, and then they are linked together and you can use them and do damage. Okay, so this is a build right here, and I went with something like this right here, which lets me select one card from either draw pile or discard pile, then apply link to that card and move to hand, right? I use that to kind of like activate this card right here, but this card you don't need it because it does have the linked and quotas effect on it as well. So if you discard this card, it will activate. So yeah, this is simple, but you know, just if I don't have it on hand, I usually just use this in order to pull it out of the draw pile. Okay, so that's the one build I'm kind of running with. This is pretty much just to generate a bunch of like Fulgent Blade and do damage with it. Okay, so that's the first build I went with, and yeah, I'm kind of experimenting with her. And the second build is this right here. This is pretty much your support Heidmarie version to work really well with like somebody like Diana. Okay, so what this does is it will draw one card and it will apply link it to Quietus cards in hand for this turn, right? So I went with this just to link Diana's like bullet cards and stuff like that, because I have Diana with this Epiphany right here. Okay, that lets me apply Quietus to all exhaust bullet cards. Okay, so once I use this, all the cards, all her bullet cards gonna get that effect, and then you could use this in order to apply the link effect, and then she could just activate everything. Okay, not this one actually. Let me show you guys this right here. Okay, so yeah, so she could link those bullet cards and she's gonna be doing damage, right? So yeah, you could build her in so many different ways. Okay, I went to with duplicating all this right here, and I tried to mix these two together, right? Apply link it to like one cost or lower cards in hand, and the one that lets me apply link to Quietus card. Okay, the reason I went with this is just to also link her, you know what I'm saying, her you know what I'm saying, Effulgent Blade cards with the bullet cards. So I kind of went with this, so you know, two of this and 2 of the other one right here. So this is a build. And then when it comes to the other effects, I went with, we moved to graveyard Effulgent Blade. This one doesn't have any Epiphany, you can just get it. Yeah, that's fine. And this card is one of the best cards that came out with season 3 right here. What does it when a linked card is used? Draw one, right? That's pretty simple. It's an upgrade card, so every time you use a linked card, you're gonna be drawing another card, right? So very, very nice right here. And then I went with the upgrade version on this, just to, you know, to get even more Effulgent Blades right here. So at the start of the turn, create 2 Effulgent Blades, and then it does plus 50% damage amount to each 2 Effulgent Blades, right? So very nice right here. So I went with the upgrade version. I didn't want to duplicate this, so I went with that. And then for this one, I went with this right here. When used manually, 357 damage times 2. When this card is discarded, 306 damage to all enemies. So the reason I went with that is because if I discard this card, right, if this card end up getting linked with other cards, right, I can use this and I can activate, right? Because when it activates, it does the damage to all enemies effect right here. Okay, because yeah, it will activate since it got the when this card is discarded effect on it, right? So very good right here. So yeah, that's the one build I went with, and the other build is pretty much this one right here. This one is just my first. This is the first build I kind of went with. So what this pretty much does is it will draw 2 attack cards of this unit, apply link to all attack cards in hand for this turn, and I have the Divine Epiphany, so it will reduce the cost of this card by 1, which is nice, right? So this one is just to make her to use her as a solo DPS character. So I went with something that later draw her own attack cards. But yeah, I definitely didn't need to go this hard on the duplicates because again, she doesn't have a lot of attack cards. So you know, the draw like pile will dry out, and when I activate this card right here, it's not going to do much, but it's fine, right? But you know, yeah, it's fine for now. It will apply link to the attack cards in hand, right? So all attack cards, so it's a really good one. And then we have this one right here for the Trade of Light. I went with this one right here, the linked Quietus effect. This one in this build right here, I tried to give her as much Quietus cards as possible, so that most of her cards can activate together. Okay, so this one, so linked Quietus, right? Very good. And then 102% damage if this card is in hand. or graveyard 8% damage amount to linked cards, right? So it's pretty nice, right? So I could link all the attack cards here, right? And I could add the damage amount on them, and we're gonna be chilling, right? And then for the personal card, I went with this draw 4 effect right here, which is crazy, right? So what it does is it would draw 2. For each attack card drawn, it would do 100% coordinate the attack. And then for the second part, with the enhancement, it would draw 2 haste cards, which is, Heidmarie got a lot of haste cards. And it says when this card is discarded, activate this card, right? So I could also link this card and activate it through this, right? Amazing, right? So yeah, this is the first build I was like, it might be to work really well with her. So I kind of went with this. And then for the Effulgent expansion, I have the first, I think this one was the first Epiphany, where it will be a linked and quotes effect, and it will create 2 Effulgent Blade and plus 70% damage amount to Effulgent Blade for 1 turn, right? And then we have this one right here, right? This is the same for everything. And then for this one, I went with the linked quartz one, where that when you draw it, it will create more Effulgent Blade for me. But also it also does 82% damage times 2, right? So very good. So these are the 3 builds I kind of went with. I am trying to get I think one build that could be really good with her is having this thing right here. So going with this. Epiphany specifically on the Effulgent expansion card and duplicating this. I think that build is going to be really strong for her because what does it will create? It's a Quetis card, so you could activate it when you discard it with the linked effect, right? And then it will create 2 Effulgent Blade, and then it will do plus 200% damage amount to the next 2 Effulgent Blades, right? So it's nice, right? So having this duplicated will be very good, and then it will help me create a bunch of Effulgent Blades, and then it will also add the 200% damage multiplier on the Effulgent Blades. And yeah, she's gonna be doing a lot of damage with those Effulgent Blades, right? So those are the type of build I'm kind of trying to go with. I'm still trying to experiment with her, but she got so many builds, man. You guys can't do with her, okay? Very interesting character. And for partner wise, of course, I'm using her own partner because her own partner is so broken, guys. Okay, this thing is broken, okay? And the biggest thing is this thing, the active skill only costs 2 EP, bro, which is crazy, right? That's 2 EP, right? The passive is very nice. What does it increase the assigned combatant attack by 16%? Each time the assigned combatant's linked card are used manually or discarded, gain 1 Zephyr, right? And this Zephyr effect is really good because when Zephyr reaches 3 stacks, 20% critical damage to the assigned combatant, and also Zephyr, it will do 15% damage amount to assigned combatant passion attack cards, right? This thing can stack up to 3 times, which is amazing, right? Very strong card right here. And then the active is broken as well, right? It will select up to 2 cards in hand and apply linked. Just very simple and very broken, right? Yeah, amazing effect right here. And then if a select card is the assigned combatant linked card, plus 10% critical damage to the assigned combatant for each such card in state, right? When it says for each such card, meaning is they are referring to the linked cards, okay? So yeah, very strong partner, okay? I think the other partner you guys can kind of use with her is this card could be pretty good as well, right? Because she has the draw upgrade cards. If there are no upgrade cards, you could draw 1, right? That's decent, and it would give you the attack boost right here. And it says increase damage amount of the assigned combat. Extra attack is nice right here because Heidmarie, she has a lot of extra attacks as well, so you guys can go with that. And right here, when the assigned combatant uses an upgrade or skill card, has a 50% chance to gain 1 moral for 1 turn, right? Very good right here. This one is not that good, of course, because it only affects order attribute. This one could be pretty nice as well, right? But it just gives you the shield and the morale, which is okay. But yeah, the passive is increase the assigned combatant attack by 16%, increase damage amount of the assigned combatant extra attack by 20%, and when the assigned combatant draws for the first time each turn using an ability, has a 40% chance to gain 1 more. Okay, I think this might be able to better, right? Because Heidmarie, she doesn't have a lot of upgrade cards, so this might not be as effective right here. I think this is probably the better one right here, just because she does draw a lot of cards of her own or other combatants. So this could be very good, right? You could easily trigger this. So I think she's probably the best one, right, for the 4-star partner, right, Daisy. This one's okay, right? But that second part of the passive is not going to be super effective on Heidmarie, okay? So that's the type of character you guys want to use on her. For team comp, I think Diana is probably the best one, right? Diana just broken, right, with her because of that, the amount of quit cards she have, it's just crazy, man. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how they made it specific to they made her work really well with somebody like Diana right here, okay? Yeah, because it will require people to pull for both of them, right? If you want to use something like this, right? So yeah, it's interesting. I think the other character you guys can use with her is Rita, but again. Yeah, but the thing with Rita is you definitely want to use Rita's attack cards, okay? If you manage to link it was like what Heidmarie cards. If you use the Rita's cards, Rita when you use the Rita card, right? The Rita card can also activate Heidmarie cards, okay? But if you use Heidmarie linked display to activate the Rita card, it's not gonna work because Rita doesn't have a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? When this card is discarded effect or any quotas cards, okay? She doesn't have any of that, so you definitely want to make sure you want to use Rita's attack card, okay? When you link her card together, so you know Heidmarie can you can also activate her own cards, okay, without you know without leaving out like Rita's cards, okay? So yeah, it's an interesting team you guys can make with her, and of course Rita can also use her own AP to activate her skill, so you know AP wise you guys will be fine, I think. But I think yeah, right now she doesn't have a lot of like you know characters that work really well with Heidmarie. Yeah, it's unfortunate because of just that linked effect, right? Not a lot of characters got the Quotas effect, right? The Quotas effect got introduced with Diana, right? So I think for the future characters, upcoming characters, Quotas is gonna be a thing, and they're gonna make cards with they will make like more cards with Quotas effect to kind of like you know work well with like somebody like Heidmarie right here, okay? But her own like with her own like attack cards as like a solo DPS, she's very strong, guys. Okay, she's very strong, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay? Anyways, guys, I was gonna do like a showcase video for her, but my save data are not perfect. Okay, I actually want the one as the save data I want the most right now is probably this right here, with this a specific Epiphany right here, and I kind of want to give it a try, duplicate this card and see how that works. Okay, so I might do a follow-up video for her once I got like really good save data that I'm like liking. Right now, the one I do like right now using is probably this right here. This is a really good one right here. Okay, so this is probably my favorite one right now. Or like how to use like like Heidmarie kit and stuff like that. This is very good right here because of this effect right here. So yeah, we're gonna try to get a build for her, and we're gonna see which one is the best. Okay, but for now, that's it for the video. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, let me know what you guys think about Heidmarie. Okay, are you guys enjoying her? Like, are you guys disappointed by the fact that her link card is like very specific to like Quotas cards? Or like cards that got like when a card discarded effect on them. All right, outside of that, it's not that good. Okay, her link mechanic is not that good. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think about her, and yeah, see you guys on the next video and bye.